All right, welcome back to the Big Folks and Friends show. My co-host Rockstar 2800.
Yes, sir.
With our nigga in the panel back there controlling shit though from the go.
Yeah.
And today we got our boy, we got Baller Mac with us too. That's our main man, you know. That's our boy. Shout out Baller. But today we got a special guest, one of the friends of the show, and actually a friend outside of the show, plugged in with our shit with me and Kevo and a lot of other shit. My boy Dr. Creditt.
Yo, what's happening? What's up?
What's going on over there, my boy?
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. I love what you guys doing over here, man. This is awesome. Looking forward to a great show today.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. We appreciate you stopping by so we can get some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on the bank. How to be the bank.
Absolutely.
So what's been going on with you since the last time I seen you? We was on the boat, we was on the yacht in Miami. This is actually funny. Right off the back, I'm coming with it.
Yeah.
I know last time, this ain't a show about just bashing my enemies because I really don't have any enemies, to be honest with you.
Right.
But not to keep bringing up the same people. But you was on that yacht that day. DJ U was invited to interview me on the yacht.
Right.
Hang out, eat good food, hang out. He was very appreciative. He was a great young man, and I gave him an interview.
Right.
He was saying I'm the first GD interview and this and that, whatever. But Dr. Creditt was present, and the guy that he went so hard on no jumper talking about some because my homie, and he said my homie all. He was actually a guy, like I told you, he was actually a guy that was one of the mentees at the time. Well, he wasn't even really a fully mentee because we took $75,000. I think he paid maybe $8,000. So he just was coming around type shit. So, but my thing is, DJ, you met him on that boat that day. Yeah. Dr. Creditt was there. We was out there vibing. It was a good day. But that's what DJ, you met this guy at that he claims that's from down south some fucking well.
Oh, okay.
That's his homie, and that's why he mad at me because the nigga gave him a couple dollars to say his name. But no, my nigga Dr. Creditt was on there. Yeah, we had a ball that day though.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was actually really good, man. It was actually one of the first times I actually got to meet, Kevo and you big folks, and it was actually good because from studying everything about funding and credit and just business to be exact, and then being in front of you guys, and you guys are actually blessing us with our presence and giving us some knowledge. I mean, I took the information from that yacht event and really took it to the next level, man. So I mean, I appreciate you guys putting it together, man.
Oh yes, sir. I've been watching you. You know me. I watch you like a hawk. I say, damn, this nigga met us. He's in a Corvette. Now I see number Lamborghinis.
So for the people that don't know, where you from? What's your story? What's your background?
Absolutely. I'm originally from Sacramento, California. I grew up, pretty well. Both of my parents. Life started for me when I was 16 years old, when my father passed away. At that given time, my mother actually remarried, and she handed me a brand new car, a brand new house, and said, go figure it out. I was still a senior in high school at the time, and I was always kind of taught to, go to school, get good grades, that stuff too as well. And I never really tried actually in high school at all. So what happened with me is that when that situation happened, my father passed away, I was okay, now I'm actually going to try, and he always wanted me to be a doctor, so let me go that route. So graduated actually from high school, started actually college at 17 years old, a little bit of a brainiac, kind of impressed myself, and got into year 2 in college, and I was working out at the gym, and I met this little Asian kid, and he was like telling me, hey man, I do real estate, wholesaling. And the reason I asked him what he did, because he told me that he had a red Ferrari, but I never saw it. So I thought, okay, his ass is on cap. I don't believe no other stuff. Oh. So he told me he had that, and I didn't see it. And then about like 3 months later, he drove it to the gym, and I was like, hold on, tell me about this. So he started telling me about this real estate player, what he was doing. And again, when I saw it, I was like, man, this can't be legal. You can't just lock up a property and sign up. I mean, I didn't think it was that simple. But fortunately for him, he knew I didn't trust him, so he moved me to the person that taught him, which is actually a guy that was up there in Northern California. He was actually younger than both of us and making millions of dollars with it. So they kind of put me on game with that. And I said, just teach me the game. And they were like, well, no, if we're going to teach you, it's going to cost you 10 racks. At that time, we were getting student loans in actually college. So I was getting about $17,000 each semester. So I took my 10 racks and actually paid the dude. And the rest was history. Me, man, 90 days later, I made $100,000 just, signing these properties out.
Wow.
And then when I made that money, I dropped out of school. Funny story is that I really thought that I wasn't going to be working that hard. I was a biochemistry major, so I was a brainiac, yo. I thought that you know, you got to go to school, you got to be a doctor, you know, you're going to be this black doctor, like, you know, the family actually think. And when I dropped out, they was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you leaving? So even though I made that 6 figures in that quick amount of time, you know, my family didn't believe it. And so I started, you know, doing pretty cool with real estate. Then I met this actually gentleman. He said, hey, man, you know, what's your credit like? I said, I don't know, man. My mama used, you know, my lights and put the lights and everything in my name when I was a kid. I didn't know nothing about no damn credit, you know. So he started asking me about it, and it prompted me to start doing research. And at that time, and you know, I just didn't really care about it. I just started, you know, just dealing with cash, and you know, at that time, you know, making money with real estate and just having fun. I didn't think nothing of it. 3 years later, that same guy that asked me, hey man, you know, what are you doing with credit? He had him a jet. He had him like 15 cars. He had like 20 different companies. Now he has my attention because it was only a 3-year period. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know? So I didn't really understand it. So he started breaking down to me the credit space. And I'm like, man, that seems like a lot of work. I'm still doing real estate. By this time, my 3rd year in real estate, I made $1 million wholesaling properties. So I felt like I was a ride, but my credit was at 420. I'm dealing with cash, so I didn't really care about it. So, you know, a year later, it's like I just kept just pushing it back. And a year later, the guy who actually taught me real estate was like, hey, I got a new mentor. It's this gentleman talks about credit. I said, man, he sounds familiar. And the dude walked out the room. I was like, oh my God. So that was kind of like my thing is, you know, let me start getting into this space.
Let me ask you this: that situation right there, did that lead you to believing in mentors and like getting into the mentorships and shit like that?
It really did, because I mean, I only felt like you just needed one person to show you something. I didn't think you did multiple mentors
Or big classes and shit.
Right. So when I saw my mentor hire him, I was like, okay, there's another level that you need to go to. You know what I mean? So that's what got me.
Another level.
Yeah, that's what got me excited with that. So connected actually with him, and he started slowly teaching me the credit space. And it was actually interesting because you never know who's actually watching you during this time. Right. And you know, fast forward, you know, I want to say like 6 years later, he was asking me, he said, man, why do you wear suits all the time? Because I was just, you know, that was what I did. You know, I was the kind of person that I didn't get down dirty with these properties and real estate. I hired a whole team. I would just wear suits every day. Yeah, because that's what I saw my dad do. And I was like, well, that's what I need to do. He's like, no, I know, this is a funny story. I never told you this, big folks. He said, I know this guy that he came out of actually prison. He's very successful. He does credit, but he's tatted up. I said, man, I don't know and this is respectfully, I don't know nobody who's fully tatted up that knows credit and that's successful. He was talking about Kevo. I didn't know nothing about it, right? So this is a white dude telling me this, right? Yeah. He said, so, I mean, it's good that you're following me and I'm teaching you, but you got to start getting with your own people. So at first I'm thinking like, I think this white dude's trying to like push me off. I don't really know like where he's coming from. And then come to find out, he did me a blessing because when he introduced me to Kevo's information, like me, I studied it like crazy. I studied it, applied it, got the result actually from it, from having excellent credits to start working on the credit.
Here's something that you probably never heard before, so I never told you.
Yeah.
Kevo was actually introduced to being like mentoring and going into teaching and coming out when he came out the feds. Well, he had a cellie that was an Asian that prompted him to do what he do now.
Okay, awesome, yeah.
So it come from another race or another, you know, it don't be pushing you off. They be kind of letting you know what your culture is missing, what they culture do outside of what your culture do. So maybe you need to go with your culture and teach them this so they could be successful and it'll make you successful for putting your people on. That's so how Kevo got rich.
Absolutely, that's awesome, and it's a good point, man. So you know, back to that, you know, just watching his videos and learning from him, and then I had the opportunity actually to meet with him and actually you, and I took advantage of that. And it's interesting about proximity. You know, when you're around somebody, when you see them on videos and giving information, you don't really know how big it is. But when you get around that person, they start dropping that little additional piece that you know nothing about. That's kind of what took me to the next level. I thought credit was everything. I didn't know that you actually had the opportunity to be the bank and to go into lending and buying companies with credit. Like, I know nothing about that.
Yes,
and Kevo kind of helped steer me in that direction.
Yes, sir. No, that's what I guess that's what he got so blessed and successful for, because to teach your own people something that's like worth something. Like this is what they're gonna need in life, regardless of what they do. You're gonna need to know these things. You're gonna need to know these skills to make it to the next. When a 20-year-old want to know like why I get to the next level, they want their Hellcat, they want this, they want they want that. You don't gotta be a rapper. Everybody not a rapper. Everybody not a motherfucking content creator. It's ways to get to that shit. It's the same ways that the rappers and all them get to it. It's gonna be credit, lending, funding. It's gonna be the same paths.
That's it.
But you gotta be educated on it.
Was a bank.
Right.
You just gotta be educated on it. A record deal is a loan.
That's right.
So it's just like shit, nigga. If you can get enough properties or the right property, shit, you can get you $1 million contract.
So why the name Dr. Creditt?
So this is interesting, actually, for me here, King, is that, I always wanted to be a doctor. That was actually my big thing. And I believe that if you are going to have a name by something, you need to own it. You need to control the intellectual property. Another thing I got from actually, not just Kevin, but other people too as well. You got to trademark your name. And so, I didn't really know, because I was coming out of, going to school and, I was doing real estate and I got into the credit space. I said, well, I don't want to give up the doctor term. I actually had a thought, guys, that after I make $1 million, I'm going to go back to school and actually pay my way to be a doctor. So I kind of was still on that a little bit. Yeah,
no, that's smart.
I was kind of on that a little bit, but then when I got in the credit space and I started seeing how, I was assisting everybody in my family, my friends, people around me, and I turned it into a business. I started becoming successful with it. People started joking with me, like friends and family, man, instead of, doing the doctor out and going back to school, because everybody knew I'm going to do that, why don't you just, continue to work on these patients when it comes to credit? And my head snapped. I said, wait a minute, man.
Dr. fucking Creditt.
Dr. Creditt, let's come with a new name. So what I did is that, again, you got to control it. So I didn't just legally change my name to Dr. Creditt. I also actually controlled the intellectual property, which means I got it trademarked. And it was interesting to me because now I'm in rooms with very, very wealthy, successful businessmen, a lot of these billionaires, and they tell me, hey, you know what we do when we want to kind of get back at a rapper or get back at somebody, we trademark their name. I'm like, oh, bruh, glad I did my
stuff.
stuff.
For all our black youth motherfuckers that come into the bags and on the internet and got podcasts and all that, trademark y'all shit, man. Do all the paperwork. Do all y'all admin work. Do it up front. Get it out the way so you don't got to play with nobody with your shit.
Yeah, certainly. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Get your business right.
Right, though. But what's going on in the news, the regular news, Rockstar? What we got going on, man?
It's a whole lot going on, man. The No Jumper universe. Adam.
What Adam do now?
Adam and Smack, man.
Oh yeah.
You got Adam. Adam been going on his rants. We both. Okay, let's just get this understood. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to S-Mac. Get well soon, man.
Adam has got a fire under his ass for about a couple months now. And it's really been hitting hard these last couple weeks. He been snapping, going off, flexing on them, right? Flexing on all the co-hosts. And
all the ex-co-hosts.
It started with Heather, T-Rail wife. She inserted herself because he called them no jumper reaction channels.
Yeah, and she. But I never, you know what? I never seen T-Rail say shit.
I haven't heard him say nothing.
So why would his wife say something?
So she hopped in and she was all like, "Hey, dude, man, you ain't gotta do all that, this and that."
Okay.
And then he tried to act like he was coming on the show, like, "Let me come on your show." Woo. She's like, "Sure." Woo. He's like, "Nah, that shit ass."
That's why she should have stayed out of it.
So
because it's always a trick bag.
Yeah, it just
a
opened up the
content
door.
world. Nobody's trying to be your fucking friend. Don't nobody care if you make it to tomorrow. Don't nobody give a fuck if you streaming or not. Don't play yourself. Stay on your shit, stay focused, and stay winning. Don't even go dig into that. That's probably why T-Rail is smart. Like if you know him, like he's smart. He's probably not going to play into that.
So then Adam goes on another rant the other day, and he insinuates that Heather is a sex worker, an ex-sex worker.
Come on, man. See what I'm saying? It gets silly because she entered some bullshit, and once you enter the bullshit circle, it's fair game. They gonna say anything about it. Everybody knows that.
So then you got Smack on a hospital bed, texting Adam, "I hope your kid die." He said it too. "I hope your wife die. I hope your kid die."
No, I don't fuck with
this
that.
And that. So then you got Adam like, "Hold on, man, you threatening kids like." So then you got C-Mac, Crib Mac, you know what I'm saying? He comes out.
C-Mac, D-Mac.
Yeah, no, Crib Mac comes out of S-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, these are real life enemies in real life.
Right, because he got the Hoover killing S-Mac and Hoover.
S-Mac Trouble Hoover, you know what I'm saying? But, it's so
there ain't even no talking between them two.
Crib Mac during the video said he admitted to watching them, though.
Me?
Oh, I watch y'all, but I don't fuck with y'all.
Good content is good content.
Yeah, he like, I watch y'all, but I don't fuck with y'all. You know, type of shit.
Crip Mac type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, so this whole thing is like now he taking up, he's saying, you know, on behalf of Adam, that shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Is this shit getting out of hand? Is this shit going overboard?
I mean, you know, I talk to AD all the time, and he'll be here soon on the show blessing us, but
talking about people kids, talking about people wives.
Yeah, like when
I mean, it's petty now.
I don't know, because I'm a nigga that'll go that deep, so I'm not going to ridicule S-Mac all the way. And I'm pretty sure Adam don't have a limit either when it comes to just going that far. You know, so is it fair game? As S-Mac being a nigga from the streets and really knowing how this shit go, but he probably think that he talking to a white man. So, you know, you talking to a white man in reality, where we from is like, you gonna get super disrespectful. Yeah, I bash your daughter head in, like fall off the school bus and snatch her book bag. Like, so you can't. I'm not gonna act weird to S-Mac like I don't understand. But in the world that we in today, and as big figure as S-Mac is, and how this situation going, man, leave that shit alone. Leave no little kids out of it. You know, leave it with you and Adam or Lena. I guess you can't call Lena a sex worker because she actually is. So there's no way you can really go with her. So I guess they went to the daughter type shit, but I know I go there with motherfuckers, but I'm not gonna go. I ain't fucking with no kids. I don't like that. I never like that. That's
shit
like
is terrible.
That's like to even have a kid on your mind in the midst of some heated shit. It makes me think that other things about you.
Yeah. Now at this point, it's like, when will it end, y'all? Just kill the bullshit, cause it's like y'all it's going too far, in my opinion. It's cool when we cracking about numbers.
Okay, then
and when we cracking about jokes and what shows not doing.
Let me ask you this, Rockstar.
We get to say, hey, your kid died, your wife a hoe. It's like, come on,
let me ask you this, Rockstar, on some real shit between me and you. What's too far on content?
I mean, it's no limit at this point.
Honestly.
Bro, it's no limit, though.
Because it's like this. If I run out and say, fuck your son, I'm gonna trip his ass at school today. You now what you gonna do? You firing back all calls? Is your daughter getting called? See what I'm saying? So what's too far?
Yeah,
because if you try to take it light, look what T Real wife did. She took it light. She was trying to really extend the olive branch. Like, nigga, we ain't on that goofy ass shit. Like, come on the show. Woo woo.
Yeah.
And you see what happened, right? Because it's the internet. So pop, smack her hand down. Don't ever think it's sweet over here. This ain't no bakery. Pop, smack that little hand down. I don't know. To be honest, and I hate to say this, but in the content world, there is no such thing as too far, as we can see.
Yeah, I think content getting too real. I mean, we just seen S-Bone, rest in peace.
Oh man, yeah. When they get to getting like that and sit like, that was a rough one.
Yeah.
Talking to him and going online with him, going back and forth, having fun, and then talking in the back channel, me, you, and him, and we really were trying to like coach a goon how to like be on the internet. That shit was fun because I had them teachings way years ago, but like to help teach a nigga like to tame nigga like listen, bro, like he like no, I'm ready to just what nigga said, what he was just ready to kill a phone, like no, S-Bone.
S-Bone, chill.
Rest in peace, S-Bone, man. Tragic shit though, bro.
Nigga, man.
All my niggas that do content, all of these rappers, everybody that's known out here, from the Dr. Credits, from the known figures, everybody just keep their head on the swivel, man.
For real.
Life is not a joke. Life is short, and ain't nobody playing. No matter what city you in, no matter what situation you in, no matter what profession you in. If you known and you're a known figure, you getting some type of paper or you got some type of notoriety, just know somebody want that. And yes, they will kill you for it.
Yes.
And still won't get it, but just they don't want you to have it.
Yeah.
So for all my niggas that's getting to it in that world, just everybody keep their head up and
man,
punish a motherfucker that play with you.
Speaking of killing, black youngster's brother just got shot and killed in Memphis.
Man, rest in peace.
Black youngster has declared war on the whole world.
My thing is this. I read some of that shit. You were told that shit about what's going on?
Nah, what's up with it?
The black youngster nigga brother then got whacked. I don't know if it's the young Dolph war. Are they still warring or what?
That's what they trying to say. They say ever since Dolph died, there's so many bodies.
Shit dropping. I hate to say this too because I don't want to be the negative nigga on the show. We trying to go. I ain't just preaching pot. I'm just preaching truth. But it's like, ain't that what's supposed to happen?
Yeah, they said Dolph was a real nigga in the streets though. He had some love.
I could vouch for that.
Yeah, so.
I could vouch for
What
that.
you think niggas
I
gonna
ain't gonna
do?
say real nigga. I'll say this because he did hella good pounds of weed coming through the Midwest and down south. Dolph was like a real plug. He dropping them off hundreds at a time. He was one of them little short, He been coming through. That's why he's able to fund himself. He's getting to it. Cookie man. Going crazy. That's how we knew him. Shit, the rap shit. I wasn't even no rap fan.
Y'all was calling him Flipper.
Nah, he's doing his thing, Lil Dolph. We was in Atlanta. Though you remember this shit when we used to be in Atlanta? We had the 911 Porsche, and he had a 911 Porsche. And we used to hang out with his ass.
I definitely remember Dolph. I remember meeting him a couple times.
Yeah, Blue Da Vinci and all of them, and she used to be linking up with. So we used to go down there and link up with him in the clubs and shit. He was always to himself, quiet, and about that bag for sure, for sure. So rest in peace, Dolph, and Black Youngster brother. I mean, war is war. There's gonna be casualties, and if Black Youngster is bulking up now, screaming "There's war in the world" and this and that, maybe he should have had that same energy before his brother died. Then he'd have been prepared for all this, and maybe his brother be alive because their heads would be on swivels, and it'd be fuck the world, not lacking and playing and getting high and hanging out and hanging in the car and this and that because it's war. Ain't no fun in war.
To me, it's like when you can't expect to leave your family in the same war zone that you out of. The niggas gonna get to your family to get to you.
It's easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy
like
targets.
that's nothing. So you gotta take your people out. You gotta make sure.
But you know what, Rockstar? In that aspect of being successful, some of your people do not want to leave.
And that too. You ain't never
They never asked for that life.
You ain't
Just
never
because
lied.
Rockstar go and be famous didn't
Yeah.
mean Lil Johnny didn't want to go with. Like, go do it, cuz do you. I'm right here. I don't want to leave.
So,
I like my life. It's like a lot. I got a lot of niggas like that.
but just know everybody.
You feel sad for it though, because you feel like that. Like I would never put that on Black Youngsters. Like, oh, you left from there. Nigga, you probably been told them to come the fuck on or go. You don't know. They probably back and forth. Nigga get bored. Like, I'm going back to the crib.
Yeah.
How many times you sit out here in dry Arizona? Like, I'm not back to the crib. You the fuck? So I understand it. And just when you go back to the crib, you got to keep them heads on the swivel. You got to know, yeah, you famous or somebody around you famous and this and that. But the crib, they don't give two fucks about your fame and none of that shit. It only makes you a bigger target for somebody to hate and just kill you. You know, it's sad.
Man.
But shout out them boys out there in Memphis. Y'all, y'all stay alive out there as long as y'all can, because that shit going down. It look like,
Shit like Chicago.
I mean, that's what they call it, baby Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always had that name.
Oh okay.
It always had that name.
Yeah, Memphis going down. Speaking of Chicago, Lil Tim.
What's going on? Oh,
All charges
Lil
dropped.
Timothy.
All charges dropped on the King Von murder.
what's supposed to happen?
How you feel about that?
I feel like it was self-defense because Von was literally beating his homie to death, as we could see. So he saved his homie life because he would have got beat to death by his hands.
Yeah.
So that's why the case got dropped, because they was getting beat to death.
Or they played all the murderer theories, conspiracy.
No. That don't happen in the murder case. The theories don't happen in the murder case. They go at physical evidence. And the physical evidence was Von launched out and started beating that boy like he was in Cook County jail. And he was not going to survive that. He was going to beat him till he died, GT. He was asleep. That's how I show these. The fighters like Von, like my little nigga shot him, they real fighters. They skinny as hell, but they real fighters. It's like them. He was gonna beat him to death. I promise. Nobody was gonna be able to pull him. They was gonna be pulling him, and he was gonna be beating him till that boy was dead. So little Timmy, you saved your homie life. You know what I'm saying? Von, you caught Von on a slipping night because folks they get busy. So it's like, I guess getting busy probably was too easy to Von that night. He probably just wanted to beat him to death as he was doing until little Timmy slid up behind and protected his homie. And what else supposed to happen?
So he didn't already dropped a music video.
Shit garbage.
Song.
Shit horrible. He ain't getting no deal, so nobody want to hear that shit. And he got to be extra careful now, not to just.
This
not
is
to bring up Quando Rondo problems, but I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying too.
Everybody's accessible. Anybody can get touched. Nobody's above anything. Everybody is humans, and when humans get upset and mad about things, they retaliate, they respond, they react.
But what's the response from Lil Durk in there? What's the
no response from Lil Durk? No? He's healed. The album's out. He's almost healed. He's healed now. He's doing features now. Durk not involved in no shit like that.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that was a curveball to the family.
What?
and stuff that the charges got dropped. And
No, I mean, Dirk and them are realists. They come from the same streets we come from. We understand that. It wasn't a surprise to it couldn't have been. He knows it's like, oh, they gonna beat that self-defense. That ain't. He probably wasn't even rooting for him. Like, oh man, I hope he get charged. I hope he. Man, they had that self-defense. Why? Because Von was literally beating fam to death. So you have the right to defend him because he was getting beat to death with his hands.
Yeah. No,
How we was doing trouble in them, and our family was talking about on Clubhouse. We was beating them to death. Yeah. Like that. So it's like, nigga might die. You might not get up. You might not be able to get up and move, and he might have broke Shorty's jaw and just then he might have put his feet on him. So, I mean, little Timmy did what he. I mean, I'll be the self-defense murder. I'm telling you, like, Timmy, like, damn, after he get through beating him to death, guess what was gonna happen? Little Timmy was gonna get beat to death. So I mean, he defended them that night.
Little Timmy had that Tommy.
Man, little Timmy had his little pistol and he got off. You know what I'm saying? He probably was nervous and shaking when he did it. Nigga, I know how this shit go. You seen your homie getting beat to death.
Damn.
Beat up, man. What else we got? We got Keefe D now facing imminent charges in Tupac Shakur murder case. I don't know if you know Keefe D is the dude.
I wish they let Tupac rest in peace, man. They blowing me, man.
So Keefe D is the
can't
uncle.
even let this man die, bro.
Bro, can he just die?
So Keefe D is the uncle of Orlando Anderson, the man who allegedly killed Tupac.
He's been famous since the case happened, bro.
Yeah,
They just
definitely
locked him up.
But I guess he was in the car when it happened. You know what I'm saying? And he had immunity for telling on Orlando, this and that. But recently, they just raided Keefe D's house to find some shells, and they was trying to match the shells to the casings, all that.
Bro.
The shells didn't match. The shells end up not matching, but they're still bringing
Bro,
up.
my only question, let me bring Dr. Creditt into it, because you got to know shit like this when you're talking to me. Why is Keefe D still in the same house from 27 years ago?
Right. Make no sense.
That is crazy, though.
He needs to call Dr. Creditt.
Man.
Because if he's in the same house that Tupac died in, he needs to go to jail because he has nothing going on. You probably need those 3 free meals and a place to stay. Because I'm pretty sure if you stay somewhere for 27 years, unless you own the spot, like came from your granny and all that goof ass shit, it's in foreclosure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I don't know. How did they even get a warrant on the crib for 20? Like, who? What the fuck, Keefe D?
This shit.
What the fuck Keefe D been doing? Working at Popeyes since Tupac died? When Tupac died, Keefe D died too.
Right.
That nigga ain't did shit with his life. What the fuck was that about?
They just trying to find somebody to blame.
Folks live in the same house from 27 years ago, Rockstars. What you gonna tell me?
Yeah, man. According to
And they thought they was gonna actually find the shit, so they thought the nigga ain't even get a new blick from 27 years ago.
yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, if you stay in the same house, they probably thought, you know.
He can't even get no new bullets.
Right.
Damn. Well,
So they said Las Vegas police felt like they built a good enough case with witness statements and Keefe's involvement that will be presented to a secret jury next month.
damn, Keefe D. And you know he ain't got no money for no lawyer. He ain't got money to move in 27 years. He ain't sold the house or nothing. Maybe he'll finally sell it now.
Yeah,
Maybe
you'll
if
have
you
to
look
sell
that
it
up
now.
on Google or something, see it's Keefe D's house for sale. Because even there for
Probably
27
is.
years, it got to be hella equity in it, don't it?
Yeah.
He's like $3 million.
Keefe D gotta do better, man.
Keefe D do better. Man, if you had something to do with that Tupac shit, man, you and him both rest in peace in that shit, man. I'm tired of hearing that shit. I've been hearing that shit majority of my life. I'm 43, G. And that shit forever.
We got Gunplay. Gunplay is allegedly arrested for pointing a rifle AR at his baby mother,
Yeah, I saw
his
that,
wife,
yeah.
with holding her 6-month-old kid in her hand. Gunplay has been in trouble various times, you know, throughout his career.
We talked about this on Clubhouse.
Known for
the other
doing
day.
crazy shit. I mean, his name is Gunplay, right?
But like we said on Clubhouse, his name is Gunplay, and he's been going through a lot of emotional stress lately. He had the shit. He had some GoFundMe shit going on.
Oh yeah, we talking about
Then
this.
he had the finessed out ass. He gave Rick Ross the chain, but the whole time we found Rick Ross purchased the chain and had him bring it.
I don't know about
to
that.
try to get him out the slump. And then Gunplay got into the baby mama started fucking little Gunplay or whatever, one of them other niggas with the wicks in their head that still stand up. And then he snapped. AR to her head. So I don't know if Gunplay needs probably some mental. He probably needs some what you call them people A therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He need a therapist.
And probably more than
He
that.
don't need to go to jail. He needs a therapist.
He probably need more than that, though.
Because he's going through a lot of mental things. Anytime you got to go to get a GoFundMe, life is fucking hard. Life just hit you in the fucking head.
So the wife is filed for divorce and put a restraining order as well. Then
I mean, shit, you would too if you want to get shot in the head with an AR.
Didn't they say he was playing video games or something like that? It was a Call of Duty or something
yeah,
like
they
that.
was
shit.
arguing over some shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
He was already in the mode.
He was on the game and she told him to get off or some shit.
That's what I'm trying to see. That just proves my point. You need a therapist and his mental health because maybe the game mentally fucked him up. And he had his little gun in his hand and she's like, motherfucker, get off the game. Your ass and act like you gave Rick Ross a chain and all this goofy ass GoFundMe shit. Nigga, get the fuck off the game, goofy. And he probably like, bitch, what? I just got the new AR. Grabbed that bitch, thought he was in Call of Duty, chased that bitch down, boy. That bitch ran. Woof.
This shit crazy.
Call of Duty need to get sued.
Call of Duty.
Man.
Call nigga.
I wonder can she sue Call of Duty for that.
This nigga folks call nigga, huh? Hey man, let's talk about it, man. The butt sniffer. Let's talk about the butt sniffer.
Hey, no, point the ball back.
So, yeah, yeah.
Ball back. Someone knows this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Oh God, I do know. I do know him.
So my nigga Baller, you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks ago, we was riding, he was telling me about this guy, like, there's some shit going on, bro, like, woo, this girl made TikTok, you know what I'm
Real
saying?
life shit.
Started getting deleted off, though, like, motherfuckers didn't want to, like, really expose it, right? So I guess old girl, she ended up making a TikTok, going crazy. Ended up on a couple blogs and shit around some major blogs. TMZ, No Jumper. I'm like, it's reaching. So I send this shit to Baller like, look at this shit. Ooh.
This is
Nigga
that got famous.
Baller
Sniffing
like
ass.
shit. She everywhere. He everywhere right now.
That nigga all over, man. That shit crazy.
Man, he on tour sniffing ass or what? What's going on with him?
Listen, I can't tell you honestly. I used to fuck with the nigga though every day. You feel me? When we was younger, I know his little brother. Me and him went to school together. You feel me?
So you had no idea that this nigga was walking
Never,
around
ever.
sniffing sneak seats when people get up.
Never.
That be happening when you a little kid. You see them little kids.
I ain't
be
never
nasty like that.
experienced like
But he been
nothing,
locked
you know?
up, right? He's been
Yeah,
locked-
yeah, he was locked up. But I ain't seen him in a few years.
You ain't
so
seen him since he
when
been
I
out of
seen,
jail.
I seen him probably like twice since he been out of jail. You
okay.
feel me? But that's why when I seen the shit, I'm like, damn, this what he on? You feel me? So I messaged him.
You looked and said, damn, that's what folks ass
I just messaged him like, bro, I hope you all right. It's looking wild out here. You feel me? On Instagram, and that was it. And I left it at
I would have
that.
told him, hey man, clean your nose. Hey man, you gotta clean your nose up, baby. You out here.
But it was crazy to see that shit full. I seen a few videos. It was a few different. I'm like, damn.
Wow, G. And when I seen the footage, when I seen the footage of him
so
crawling through the was that a library?
Yeah, it was a library.
What the fuck? Why are people in the library?
That's a Barnes or Noble.
That's
Yeah,
just
Barnes and Noble.
Oh, that's Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
Okay,
Barnes
cool.
and Noble.
Living books. But
Yeah.
I seen him crawl like a tiger on the floor. And it was like a skirt, and then it was like, how did the people who was filming that shit?
Yeah, she the
The
one
girl,
where
so,
he did
so the
multiple.
girl, so the girl say supposedly she caught him following her, and then she seen him do it to a couple other girls. So she was like, "Let me record him." You feel me? This is the shit she was saying on her page.
Wait,
I was
is she
just
a little
watching her
freaky
look.
to y'all,
That's
or
what
is
I
it
was
just
saying.
you?
Like,
Why would you let him?
why you did?
Yeah.
So she said she seen him do it to a couple of people. So
And it turned her on type shit?
I don't know,
Man,
but
this is
she said
terrible.
she was scared supposedly, but she said she set her phone down, and that's how she caught him doing it to her.
Hey,
and
Dr.
another
Creditt,
girl.
these new people, I guess I'm okay with getting old because if you that fucking stupid,
Right.
you're scared. But you don't call no police. You don't warn the other people whose ass is getting sniffed at the time. You go set up your TikTok shit and pray that he come sniff up your
I
ass.
feel like she knew that
think
this was gonna
she's
take her
kinda-
viral.
She knew what time it was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
she
she
with
knew
that.
it was like some viral shit,
But so
and
they-
she was just trying to ride the
They
wave.
said he was arrested last week, but he's already back on the
Yeah, they
streets.
let him. He back home.
I mean, what?
Because what can they charge him with? Really, isn't like what did he
Sniffing
do?
butts?
That's not no charge. That ain't no charge though.
They gonna charge her for shitty crimes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, hell
Hey
no.
man, Baldy, Baller, get that nigga on this show, man. We want to talk to him, bro.
I'm gonna try to get him on here. I'm gonna try to
Bro,
get
we
him.
gonna make him wear a mask though. He gotta wear one of those COVID masks because I don't want to breathe the same air he breathes because he breathes a lot of ass.
But that's not sexual harassment. That's what I was thinking.
I think so, but you gotta file a report. You know how that shit go. Like, you know,
That's
they gotta
crazy.
file reports.
And so you go in the station like, yeah, I just want to report somebody was just literally sniffing my ass. And if I'm in the office, I'm in there like, man, what?
I know they
Get the
can't
fuck out of
believe
here.
that shit.
Man, can't believe
Because
that,
she
man.
had a video where she went to the security and everything on one, and they was telling her, "Well, did he touch you?" And she was like, "No." And they was like, "Well, what can we do? Like, he ain't touched you."
Stop him
Like,
from crawling around like a fucking tiger and sniffing ass.
They just said, "Is he gone?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, the only thing we could have did was remove him." He already
Let me ask
left.
you this,
Like,
Baller. Let me ask you a
talk to
serious
me.
question, bro.
Talk to me.
I mean, you on my show, you my main man.
Yeah,
I need
it's
you.
love.
You basically my doctor. Baller, what did that man tell you since the last time you talked to him and you know that he sniffs ass? What conversation did you fucking hold on the phone? Or
Man,
in
he
person?
just told me he didn't feel right. You know, he just told me, I'm like, man, you know, you looking crazy out here. He said he didn't feel right to see himself on camera. Like, he know he looked crazy.
Oh, he was ashamed of sniffing ass on camera, but
Right.
was he ashamed of actually being an ass sniffer?
Yeah, he said he feel bad for what he doing. He just, you know, he don't know how to interact with women and shit. You know, he just fucked up. He needs some intervention. He needs some.
He needs some
You know,
pussy.
he needs some help.
They sell that, bro.
Well, that
Get you
too.
a little
But
job and go get you, you know, where you in LA?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
over there on Fig, where our homie Rich from, well, hook him up with Rich off Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Rich got him out there. Hook him up with Rich.
I
so
told him he could
you
have
don't have to
called
sniff
me.
ass anymore.
I told him he could have called me. I could have
No,
got him a
your
little
moves
something.
might be too expensive for him. He got to
Yeah.
start slow. He gotta start slow. Say, no, I mean, yeah, they gonna rape his pockets and he'll be really sniffing ass.
Wow.
But yeah, shout out to that man. We gonna get him on the show because he is one of the homies that, well, I ain't gonna say he one of our homies, but he's from the area where Baller's from, and you do know him. He
I
knows
do-
his little
I do
brother,
know him,
and
you feel
They
me?
used to do homework together, so
Nah.
I don't know if Baller got up and he sniffed his seat or not. but We don't
Hey,
know.
listen, check this out, man. I'm good, man, over here. You feel me? I ain't worried about nothing. I'm A1.
Yes, up, man. What else we got, man?
Whack 100 when he went on the Whack and Adams show, the last Whack and Adams show.
So let me ask you this: is that a real? I know it's the No Jumper show, and I know the title was Whack. So is that a real show? That's why I wanted to ask Whack last night when we was on
Yeah.
Clubhouse. So it's
You see, he was
officially
kinda-
a real show. They 50-50 split. It's not No Jumper then.
Hey.
It's Adam and Whack show then.
Hey, Whack was kind of mad last night. He like, y'all talking about all this other shit going on
Yeah,
with
give
No
my
Jumper.
nigga his flowers,
But y'all
man.
don't talk about the Adam and Whack show, and we doing more numbers than all them niggas up there. Ooh, we was on, man. Shout out to Whack,
Yeah,
though.
shout out to Whack
Shout
though.
out.
It's not biased because we got Crips and GDs over here on the blue
Yeah.
side. No, we love our Pyru brothers too, nigga. And you definitely one of our
That
close
nigga
brothers,
Whack.
and definitely much more success to you. And help us with get some loans.
He told Adam Taddy 22, I want to beat his ass though.
I mean, you know,
That's
he's
what
shit
he's
star.
talking
That's my
about,
nigga
that.
Whack. What else he supposed to tell
Adam
him?
like,
What else do Whack 1 supposed to tell Adam about
Nah,
you?
for sure.
I'm up there. I'm gonna tell him the same shit. Yeah, you nerd rockstar. Say, yeah, go catch your ass outside, blow you down, boy. That's rockstar.
Nah.
And Adam like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but Adam cool, man. You know, interview coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sat down with
Congratulations on that. I can't wait to see that shit.
Yeah, man, we going up, man. It's definitely gonna be a head turn.
Hey, Dr. Credit, we call Viral Gang over here. You know, me, Rockstar, our nigga Chicken Little.
Yeah, for sure.
We got Poetic Flacco, of course, Cavo, and it's a couple of us. We go Viral Gang. You know, we got Baller Mac. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get more seen, but this is our main man.
Yeah.
The best smoke. He's like our doctor here. Phoenix, Arizona. There's a lot of dry shit out here. You know, we gotta go to Baller Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cameron and Mace end up getting a multi-million-dollar deal for their podcast.
Man, congratulations to them boys. Boy, that shit funny as hell. That shit lit. What you think about that shit, though? What's going on with you and them?
And I think it's beautiful for them to actually come together because you know, me being an 80s baby and just being in the 90s with this shit, like seeing the horse and carriage thing didn't work out, but they came together and just brought it all back together. Now
That's
they get
real
like
shit.
real money together.
That's
you know
real
what I'm
shit
saying?
that they did
I
separate.
hear it's 30 million. I'm not for sure. They're not disclosing.
If they say 30, it's probably 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. I heard 8. I heard 10. I heard 30. I mean,
It's probably 3. Or whatever it is, congratulations
But
to them.
listen,
they got that bag at
but
them.
they said they put $250 each out of their pocket, $250,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To invest in the
You have
shit.
to invest in yourself. That's
So
what we
they
preach.
did
I do that. Yeah.
If you don't invest in yourself, if you ain't paying for the $75,000 mentorship, people are doing it for a reason because they're investing into themselves.
For sure.
They get more knowledge. They learn how to go to different levels.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to be willing to do that. If you're not even willing to do that, then you're not going nowhere in life. Period.
Yeah, straight up. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cameron and Max doing their thing, man.
Big things. We on our way. We'll be the next 2 niggas they talking about Rockstar. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get out a couple million or whatever the fuck. And we gonna say it's 20 and 30, and it might just be 1 or 2. But we gonna go see Dr. Creditt and do what? Turn it into the bank.
All the way up.
Let's go to 20. Shit.
What else happened this week? Oh, let's talk about some local Arizona. Richie Evans, rapper Richie Evans, aka Juice.
The nigga who run AZ
So-
that we heard on Clubhouse.
So Juice used to be signed to Black Wall Street back in the day. Game. When Game first came out, it was Black Wall Street. He had an Arizona artist named Juice.
Was Game even on Black Wall Street?
Yeah, Game was Black Wall Street. Game was Black Wall Street. So Game signed Juice. I don't know exactly what happened. At this around the time, everybody was coming to
Who is
Arizona
Juice?
to sign. Juice is Richie Evans now. He changed his
used
name
to-
to Richie Evans. He used to be
Wait.
Juice.
He didn't transform into anything, right? He just changed his name.
nah.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Nah.
Just changed his name. I don't know. There's a lot of
Just changed his
transformations
name.
going on in the world.
So yeah, we was on our way to the rap arena, this battle hosted by Matty Ice, MMG Belair, and you know he got relationships with Ross now. He actually got a pretty cool song with Ross that's out right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Doing his
check that
thing.
out.
Richie Evans, but we was on Clubhouse, me and Baller, on the way to the rap arena. Big folks was in the room. I'm telling big folks, I'm like, hey man, big folks, come down here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have tickets for you and shit.
And
you
I
know
was
what I'm saying?
excited. When I said, hey, shit, let me get dressed.
I say, my nigga Richie Evans done plugged us. As soon as I said that nigga name, this nigga
I don't
whack.
know where Wack came. Wack comes
crazy.
on Clubhouse. Wack comes out of the closet. So I don't know where he is. He just pops in at the.
I don't even be looking at my phone. I hear this nigga voice.
He just pop right in like, who?
He
Oh,
said,
man.
who? I say Richie Evans. He say, man, that nigga prostitute.
Oh man, he went so hard on that man.
Oh, he went so in. I
Hey,
was
Dr.
like,
Creditt, hey, ball. I uninvited myself. I told him, you know what? I'm probably gonna fall back on this. I don't know what's going on right now.
yeah. Hey, for real though, but so that shit happened, you know, and it's recorded in the room. As always, we clip shit up, we put it on the internet.
Yes, sir.
I called Richie like a real nigga. Hey, Rich, I'm just letting you know. Nigga mentioned your name to Wack, and Wack didn't have nothing nice to say about you. But I gotta do what I gotta do, cause you know I run this business. So how you wanna respond to
because
it?
we're in this content world, me and you heavy.
Yeah.
Let me ask them too. What do you feel about content creators, well, bloggers specifically, reaching back to people after they already reported on something or spoke on something just to give somebody some type of comfortability? What do y'all feel about that?
Yeah,
Being
like
like,
if I don't fuck with you though.
no. If I fuck with you or not, this is what I'm doing. How much do you fuck with me?
Right.
Because this is what I
Oh
do.
God!
So don't even
I
question
feel like
what
the
I'm doing.
person is
If
being
I fuck with
solid
you-
because they ain't got to do it. They ain't got to hit you or say nothing.
So
they
you
can
think
just put the shit out if they want to. You feel me? And be like, "Fuck you." So if a nigga put the call in before he do anything, that's a sign of respect in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
But okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same exact way because they really don't have to do that type shit. I mean, they can just be on their own type of time. But, you know, everybody's going to do something for a reason, you know, whether it's a preconceived notion or a good motive, whatever it is. But, you know, we got to look at actually fact checking, like, why are they about it? Sometimes, you know, people can do things actually sideways to try to get good clout, like, you know, what 16 crazy ass did. You know?
Some wild, goofy shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, it could be a good move for you, bad move. It's,
Right.
it's all how you wanna spin it.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. Y'all want to hear my
And if I
version of
fuck
what
with
I
you-
feel?
Right.
But look, if I fuck with you, I'm gonna give you that option on how to spin it. Cause I'm gonna still put it out. But if I don't fuck with you, I don't really give a fuck.
It's a lot of
really up
energy
to you.
putting into that. We got a lot of shit to do today. You got Smut Free TV, you got Hip Hop Trends, you got Big Folks and Friends. So you got time to call every motherfucker that we talk about that they feelings gonna get hurt. Or can we just have a conversation? You didn't say that about him. You was on your way to meet the nigga. Yeah. You still was like, nah, you know, whack gonna be whack. Yeah. Well, it's just like Big Folks. I'm gonna be me, bro. Just because I say something wild about a nigga does not mean you have to think that way or feel that way. Yeah, no, that's I'm just telling you some wild shit about him. That's right. So it's like, I feel total opposite. Yeah. I feel like if we fuck with each other, we already rocking, and you know we rocking for real, it wouldn't be any fake love then, right? Yeah. We already know we rocking. Yeah. You already know I'm doing my content thing. Fact. Get the fuck on if I gotta comfort you and console some grown ass motherfucking man that's supposed to be and that and this and that. You right. Nigga DJ, you diss me and call me a goofy. I didn't get on the phone and call what you like, you know, nigga laugh about that type of shit. Nigga, I know you playing. I know you playing. Cause how? Cause I ain't no fucking good. I ain't really nothing to play with. So I could laugh at that. Yeah. That can get past me. I didn't need DJ you to fucking call me and tell me like I'm just doing content, bro, and this and that. Just do you. Just say some shit. Because I'm going to fire back and say some shit. And I'm not coming to hurt you or kill you. Or I don't want no ill will. I want to see you keep going up. Like, so it's like that. So it's like you don't have to call me when you doing your content. If you said something about me that you think that offend me. If it offend me, if we friends, I'm going to see you later. We're going to talk about it. Right. Then we're going to make more content when we have to come back and do the rebuttals and go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just a bunch of sensitive ass niggas out here, G, and they be getting on my nerves. And I don't have time to control no motherfucker. If I'm saying something about you, nigga, well. If it ain't true, then it ain't true. If it's true, then well. You know, I don't care either way. Or am I wrong?
Nah, you straight up with that. Yeah,
I feel you on that, but it just depends on that relationship, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody takes things differently though too. So I mean, you know. Yeah, true. There's a lot of
I just ain't got the time, you know, to be sitting up consoling grown men. Whack 100 said something about him because my nigga Whack crazy, nigga. He might just pull to clear out his ass that day. Like fuck it, I just want to say that about him. Y'all being too nice. Rockstar's being too nice to him like he does everybody. So let me just throw this in the air for no fucking reason. But I think Whack was going so hard that night though. I don't think he was lying though. So you know, I kind of be knowing when he capping or when he got like, no, folks ain't playing. He dead serious. His blood, he capping. So that's what that was though. But shout out to what's his name now, Juice or Richie now? Which one is it?
Richie Evans, man. Richie Evans.
Shout okay, he went with the Richie Evans now. Why did he change his name though? What happened with that?
I think it's just rebranding. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't know, bro, doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I told.
Okay, what happened to Juice? Why did Juice die?
I don't know, man.
Why did Juice have to go?
From what Wax said. Maybe from what Wax said.
See what I'm saying?
Maybe that's why. That's, you know.
So, okay, so that nigga that was whatever the fuck Wax said, and now Richie Evans is a new guy that don't got nothing to do with that guy, Juice.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can do that now?
Yeah, that's what people do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna create my new set tomorrow. I'll be somebody new. So nobody take offense to nothing big folks are saying because I'm gonna be motherfucking Reggie Bush tomorrow. Fuck it. Man, what else going on in this crazy world, man?
What else we got, man? We got so much. Blueface and Floyd Mayweather spar.
Oh yeah, I seen that shit.
But hey, Blue looked good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That long ass reach.
Nigga, Mayweather was on that ass though.
He was though.
Well, Mayweather got up under that skinny ass arm and broke that boy chest cavity. Right. We all know it.
And Chris Sean over here cheering on.
Yeah, you heard Chris Sean. Hey, that nigga Mayweather said, "Cheerleading don't win fights. Fights do."
Right.
Chill out with all that.
Yeah. Get out the way for you.
Yeah, she over there like, yeah. Go here. He like, hey, chill out. Don't get happy.
All in the way.
You know what I'm saying? Chill out. We in here trying to focus. Matter of fact, why she even in here? No, that's all. Matter of fact, get her ass on out of here,
man. Did she have a baby yet? No, she ain't had a baby.
Nah, hopefully any day, right?
That shit gonna be wild as hell when she got a shorty.
Wow. I don't know what Blueface gonna do with that one.
Be wild as hell like he always with the other ones. He'll be wild.
I'll be watching him with his son. That nigga just he told his son to say nigga this morning. We were on the way to school. He said, say nigga. He said, no, that's a bad word. He said, you black. Blueface said, you black, you can say it. Like, man, he be
no, it's smart.
Why you be on his son head like that? Get off your son like that, Blueface. God damn.
Man.
Nah, man, we be having a lot of stuff going down. Fight this weekend.
Oh yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Cock ring
By the time
Charlie.
y'all see this, hopefully they already fought. You know what I'm saying?
They might. We might drop some clips
Yeah.
over there, but they might have to fault. You know, I suppose I got a special invite up there. That,
Yeah.
but, you know, I don't know if this gonna drop before then, but guess who the special invite was from? You know, I'm gonna leave that for IG.
Gonna be in that thing.
Yes, sir.
Everyone named Mama in that thing. Let me see who fighting. Armoretta, Kenzo B. You up on them? Armoretta, she from Atlanta. She made that song.
I heard, yeah.
Remember she made that song, everybody not from Atlanta?
Yeah.
She was getting on them like, nah, y'all not really from Atlanta.
Okay, so
I'm
she
from
fighting.
the real Atlanta.
Okay.
Kenzo B, I'm not familiar with Kenzo. I heard her name.
Where's she from? She from Atlanta too?
I'm not familiar with Kenzo B. I think it's more like a reality type shit.
Okay.
Charleston White versus Swade the Plug.
Man, and Sway the plug has been
like
hanging out the local liquor store. He ain't been working out and shit, man. His ass,
Man, he
him
told me
and
he gotta make
James,
weight. Remember he said he had to make weight by
G,
this?
him and James out there sparring. Some nigga named James from East Coast LA, some shit. I don't know. G, they in the gym. They in the gym. He off hella jacking the boxes and.
Yeah, he said he was a Nina Boy coach.
Man, I'm dead, G. I'm dead, G. Just, you
On
know.
that day.
If Charleston might lose this fight, man, his ass, man, he bogus. But matter of fact, you know, I hope they even fight.
But DW, I'm just excited for the DW Flame one. I ain't gonna lie.
That one look like it's gonna
I'm
go
rapping
down.
for my nigga DW.
Yeah, it look like it's gonna go
Moneybag
down.
Rose, he a Crip too. He from East Coast. But I got DW on this one. I ain't gonna lie. I got DW.
okay.
DW a heavyweight. He look like he ready. He always in shape. I don't know, man. He might. Hey, listen, because you know he was supposed to fight.
He the one that's on the flyer.
He was supposed to fight
The guy
Bosco.
on the flyer look like a real fighter and
He was
shit.
supposed to fight Bosco at first.
Hey,
DW.
man, why the fuck all Bosco's fights get discontinued or like what's up, Bosco our nigga too.
Because Bosco feel like. I
You
don't
want
know.
that Triller money. That boy touched a Triller bag before, so I don't think they matching that Triller bag.
He the go-to fight too. Like if they think it's a celebrity fight, they want to go get Bosco. So Bosco's like, okay, so every time you hit me, I want my bag then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he been paid
and
before,
they don't
so-
be wanting to pay it. You know what I'm saying? I think it just be a money issue. They don't be buzzing.
Maybe if he do enough fight, well, I don't know. Then you know, you don't want
We
to
gotta
spread
get
himself
Skull
thin.
on here. We gotta bring
No,
Skull.
we gotta bring Skull in because we
Skull
want to know,
hilarious.
like, yeah, why the fuck
Skull fucking hilarious.
is they ducking Skull
I
or
swear to
what's
God.
going on,
I
man?
know. I asked him. Matter of fact,
He
I
should
asked
do
him.
his
He was
own
on live. I said, "You supposed to be fighting?" He said, "I'm supposed to be getting paid."
Hell yeah, that come before
You
anything.
feel me? So that's what it is.
Nigga don't want to
man.
lift a weight, throw a motherfucking
Shout
punch of
out.
shit before a motherfucker talking about that check.
Hey, but Sean Cotton, I'm interested to see that fight too.
Man, Sean better beat some ass, man. He been working
fighting,
out, training, talking shit, holding up some type of weak ass plastic WWE belt. He been acting bad, man. And that nigga, shout out to my nigga, he been acting real
some
bad.
dude from Sauce Walker camp. Some
Yeah,
comedian.
the TSF
Sauce
niggas. I heard they gonna be in that
Woodwind.
bitch deep as hell.
They probably is.
They gonna be in that
though.
bitch deep as hell.
Shit,
Texas,
one of
it's
them
gonna be
niggas
like a
got
Texas
robbed
takeover.
out here, didn't they? One of them niggas got robbed.
So you know they coming
Oh,
deep.
yeah? Oh, yeah.
So you know they coming deep. This shit gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of viral moments like they said on this shit. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna be with Rockstar and the team. We're gonna be popping out. I don't know if you're gonna be in town this Saturday, but
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
maybe
Absolutely.
maybe we'll step out and bring out a toy or something and you know, cap a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So there's some breaking news right here. California rapper R3 the Chili Man allegedly got his chain snatched. Rumors have been circulating since Monday claiming that R3 the Chili Man was pressed for his chain and gets his chain links taken. Rapper Mr. Big Mac took to Instagram and put out a diss song regarding the chain snatching incident with R3 the Chili Man posting the Instagram story saying this finna be the most bodies in the city history. Free me. At the time of this point, details are still unclear.
Because his chain got took?
Nigga say,
Maybe if he was dropping bodies all over the city, they would never
Why?
play with his chain.
why do niggas talk like this, bro?
Niggas is crazy,
This
man.
finna be the nigga act like he finna come through.
That's how mad a motherfucker be. Look at the black youngster. I mean, his brother got killed. You know, could you imagine how mad for him to say it's just war with the world, and
Yeah.
then you get off the line and you just look out the window and it's like you ain't into it with nobody. It's like, where do you start type shit. Go get the gun off the shelf. You get in the car. You drive around 2 blocks, and now you just looking crazy. Now your girl, your mom, somebody calling you to come back in the crib and do a chore or some shit. Like you out on a killing spree, imaginary killing spree.
Oh man, this nigga. So yeah, he talking about bodies on dry. I'm like, bro, why do niggas want to paint movies for these fans? Like act like.
So
they
when the
just
bodies drop
John
and he
Gotti.
go to jail for life, what are we supposed to do? Should we celebrate it, or should we just be
hell
like,
no.
well, the chain? Did he get the chain back?
He went out like that. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
So yeah,
Protect your necklace.
protect your energy. Protect your energy. Shut up,
I'm
man.
telling you these things, man. But we gonna get some of these niggas like him need to come on the show so we can get them counseling and shit. Like, no, you're not gonna kill everybody, bro. You're gonna go get a new chain. You're gonna meet somebody like Dr. Creditt, and get your shit together, be the bank, and go buy multiple chains. And this time you're gonna get insurance on it.
Yeah, get insurance
So you
on
have to
that
kill
thing,
anybody.
baby.
Yeah.
You actually just hit a lick. When they robbed you, you won. You when they running off with the chain that's devalued, you laugh and say, man, my insurance was gonna give me like 30,000-40,000 extra. Thank you, dumb fuck.
Right.
I'm not killing nobody. I'm going to the bank.
And get a new chain.
Shit. Get a new chain and some
Yeah.
extras.
Huh.
What are you talking about?
For sure. Hey, Dr. Creditt, man, let us know about your book, man, and where we could find it and all the good
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. This is my book, Be the Bank. You can get it actually on Amazon. Go check it out. All you got to do is just put in either Dr. Creditt or Be the Bank in Amazon. It'll pop up. I talk about a lot of information in here as it relates to credit, establishing your actual trust, foreign and domestic. Then I go even in detail talking about how you can actually buy businesses actually with your actual credit and debt and how to utilize that. And then also too as well how you can lend your actual money to receive interest.
Let me ask you this
Yeah.
for some of our fans.
That's huge.
In that book, is it in lamest terms? Are people gonna be able to
is,
understand
yeah.
it, or is it in some crazy wild ass real estate terms? Motherfuckers gonna be like, oh hell no.
It's just. I appreciate you asking. It's straight to the point. It's only 77 pages.
Okay.
That should be something. I wanted to make it very simple. You know, I didn't want to be very too detailed with all these big ass words.
Yeah.
I wanted to be straight to the point because a lot of times when we look at something and it's very complex, I ain't gonna read that shit, and I get it because I'm the same way. I like things to be simplified, and if it's not, I'm gonna simplify it for your ass so you can understand.
I think that's
how to
why we
actually
get a
do it.
lot of
Yeah.
business with Kevo as far as people coming with the mentorships because he simplifies it.
Yeah.
He gonna teach you exactly how Grant Cardone would do it,
Right.
but in a I hate to say niggerish way, not a niggerish way, because Kevo come like a white boy,
Right.
but a more easy way to learn it. Like what I'm
Yeah.
saying, it's more simple. It's not the big words to try to throw you off or the college courses and this and that.
Yeah, you gotta
these
be able
niggas
to
making these
communicate,
books.
man.
They
Yeah.
making it for people like us, regular people, to learn and get the knowledge and understand it. Comprehension too, not just be
Right.
able to read, but comprehend too.
Right. Absolutely, yeah. So you can go get it on Amazon. Shout out to Amazon and everything. You just go order it actually from there. Or you can go to my Instagram at Dr. Creditt, link in the bio. Go and actually go purchase
Man,
it. from
shout
there
out
as
to
well.
you for putting the knowledge out here for our youth, for either the older people that don't know shit that need help.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to people like you.
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? It's been a good one, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Rockstar 2800, we
You
like
already
viral
know.
game, we locking shit down, dope from
Smart
the go.
Free TV.
Running the show, doing what we gotta do. We got our boy Baller Mac in.
Baller Mac.
Bitch. Baller. See, that's you always gonna see Baller. Don't ask us why. Oh my mama. Dr. Creditt, man, it's always a pleasure when we see and beat, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing but talking about some money and getting to the
Absolutely,
next levels, baby.
All
Yeah,
love, man.
pleasure
Appreciate
meeting
you,
you.
gang.
Much success to everybody, man. It's the Big Folk Show. We try not to diss nobody. This show, guys, next show might be different.
We gone, man.
We go.